Bonjour everyone, welcome to Instant Match Reaction. Passing all the Brighton fans here on the way back to the train station. I hope we go the right way actually. Am I going the right way? Probably not, don't know. 1-1, 1-1 in the end there, full time. And probably, oh, there's negative Andy. Negative Andy. Ah, just bumping into negative Andy. Are you heading back to the train station now, mate?
Right, well, look who you bump into on these dark nights.
You would have thought, these dark nights in November. It wasn't that much of a dark night for Newcastle, I suppose. I mean, it was a pretty dark first half, pretty bleak. Terrible. Nothing much happening. Yeah, it was terrible to be fair. No enthusiasm, no attacking, no anything worth note of seeing as I squeeze past these Brighton fans that come out of the stadium. But definitely a much improved second half. I don't think Brighton were very good at all today for how good they've been all season. It was a penalty that split the sides at half time that got them the 1-0. I haven't seen the replay yet whether it was a penalty or not, but Newcastle did nothing of note in that first half. Can't remember having a shot on target, it was woeful.
Brighton didn't either though, to be fair.
No, they didn't. They didn't know it was a game. Every time we seem to play Brighton, it seems to be a championship game, doesn't it? You know?
It is, all but name.
I mean, when we played each other, obviously Newcastle have been in the Premier League a few years now. Brighton are establishing themselves as a Premier League side, but whenever we seem to play each other, that seems to be a game starved of quality. I think that was definitely the case today. I watched Brighton against Liverpool last week. They were tremendous, absolutely unbelievable. Today,
second half Brighton last week. I was a bit worried, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean today Brighton didn't show any of that, and it took a penalty for them to go ahead. Second half, Newcastle woke up. I wouldn't have Eddie Howe popped his head into the dressing room at half time and gave them a word because as he's pictured in the stands with the man of Stavely drinking Bovril. It seemed to make a difference. Second half were definitely better, definitely a bit more lively, definitely a bit more positive on the front foot. Deserved equaliser, Isaac Hayden with a goal. I think that's his first goal since he scored against Chelsea a couple of years ago. So an unlikely goal scorer today. And then the controversy hit with VAR, with the keeper whacking out Wilson.
How did the referee miss that in the first place?
Well, exactly, man. Exactly. I mean, the referee is at a stinker there, not even pulling that back. It took him to go to VAR. He goes to the monitor, just like he did for the penalty. Once they go to the monitor, you know what the decision's going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
But unfortunately, that happened a bit too late for Newcastle, didn't it, in the game? Because
it did, but why didn't they not, like, against a non-goalkeeper? Why was the non-proper goalkeeper came on as a sub? Or did they made all the subs?
I think they must have made all the subs. Yeah. So who's it winning goal? Duffy or not? Dunk?
So that's strange. Like, why didn't they not have a pop shot? Like have a little low skim by them or put in the top corner? Why did you
shoot from 70 yards?
Loads of tall centre halves. I mean, it's bizarre. Like, I mean, the keeper could have headed that cross himself, to be fair, if he wanted to. So I'm a bit frustrated. We could have had a pop shot, and you never know. But I think would have been satisfied enough with the draw before the game. I think it takes off the bottom psychologically, and it was a solid performance. Like the second half, it was better. It was more spirited.
Much better.
I think the game may have lacked quality, may have been totally devoid of quality, but I think the spirit was there that hasn't been in the last two games for me. So
it seems like, honestly, I joke about Eddie Howe coming at half time, but it seems like they did get a kick up the arse at half time for the first time in a long time. How many times have we said, "Oh, what happened at half time there, where nothing's happened, where Bruce hasn't said a word, or we've had no reaction"? We actually had a reaction there in the first half, and then something came of it. It was a good performance second half, much improved on a woeful first half. Draw, probably a fair result, but obviously a shame that we didn't have much time to capitalise on the keeper being sent off. Like you say, we didn't threaten them, or we didn't have a pop shot. Like, we had a free kick, we had a couple of corners, and we just didn't worry them enough. But it took too long to get going as well, I suppose.
It was a fantastic professional foul from their keeper, because that was a certain goal. He goes round him, he knocks at the empty net. So I think from their point of view, it's a great sending off. From our point of view, it's a shame that it hadn't happened a little bit earlier. But I think we can take a lot from the sort of performance of the second half, and I think and the results. It's not a win, but I think it's our worst start since about in 100+ years. But
at least we didn't get beat today, because it was huge not to get beat, especially after seeing the earlier games at Norwich beating Brentford and Burnley getting a point at Stamford Bridge. It's took off the bottom of the table. We're obviously still in the mud, but international break, Eddie Howe in, chance for him to get his philosophy implemented on the team, and then push on against Brentford at home, which is a huge game in 2 weeks' time.
I think the last two away points have been decent, to be honest. I think we're like Palace.
Palace and Brighton on easy games to come to.
I think the draw is satisfactory, so let's fingers crossed.
And we're right in the darkness now. As you can see, thousands of people waiting to get out to go to Farmer Station, so that'll do. For your match reaction, drop your comments below how you thought the game went. If you watched it on BT, if you're here at the MX, subscribe to my channel TV. Enjoy yourself.